How you doing out there? This is John Wayne Mercure. Have no fear, John Wayne is here. If you say, no way, John Wayne. Yes, there's only one way, and that's truth. And truth is God. And God has told us, hey, you got to have rules. Rules. I mean, there's millions of laws, and he only needed 10. Well, we got all these laws, and I'm telling you, law is everything. There's this Marshall, I didn't even know about him. I wrote a sonnet and made a video about him. Marshall Bass Reeves. This guy in the Old West, he was born a slave, and he became a U.S. Marshal for 32 years. He arrested more than 3,000 really bad guys. He killed 14 of them that resisted arrest, but 3,000 felony arrests? I mean, that's unbelievable. They say he was the Lone Ranger because, yeah, he was black, he was born a slave, but think of that. The law to him was everything. He said, without law, I've lived with bad law. Without law, there is no life. And we have to band together, United American Citizens Together, okay? We got to band together, American Citizens United. I belong to that. We got to get together and make sure that the law is enforced. And bad laws, President Grant, he said the best way to get rid of a bad law is to enforce the one you got. If it's bad, they'll get rid of it. We got to be fair. We got to be just. Okay? And what I'm telling you is this sonnet I wrote, number 1146, is really about the law. The law is everything. We have to have rules. The name of the sonnet, The Sage Wisdom of Judge Learned Hand. And a Greek 2,000 years ago, Isocrates. The ancient Greeks were supremely learned in many important things. Prescient, they knew a lot. Prescient philosophers, like great Isocrates' wise sayings and writings. He somehow knew more than 2,000 years ago. He knew crucial truths. He knew how freedom could be so easily lost. It could be killed forever. Freedom is so precious, and we could lose it. Abuses of freedom and equality doom its existence. And the law is the one that makes sure that we have freedom and equality. The law, through liberty, people taking liberty, that's evil. We can't have them doing that. People can't do that. Liberty to encourage audacity of speech, that's a total right. And now they're telling us in universities, we can't say this, we can't say that, we can't say this pronoun, we can't say that pronoun. What about free speech? I mean, a gentleman and a gentle lady, men and women of righteousness, they're going to watch their language. They're going to not spread filth through their tongue. I mean, come on, we're talking about liberty. We have to have liberty of freedom of speech and quit telling people what they can say and what they can't say. We got to be audacious. We got to insist on our right to free speech. What a lot of these people are doing is they're disregarding self-control. They're kind of wild animals. They have no self-restraint. Well, orators, they want to fight. They want to talk. They want to be heard. And that's what freedom is. That's what our republic guarantees. And orators want to be heard. But the audacity of hate speech, they get up there and they say terrible, terrible things. Well, the other side just shouldn't listen. They shouldn't attend. They should say, hey, that's hate speech. But you know, we got to listen. We got to listen. We have to tolerate it. We have to figure, well, you know, they're just giving free speech. It's a First Amendment right. Lawlessness, people are taking advantage of the law. Lawlessness is condoned as the freedom. People in California now, they can steal $900 worth of anything and no prosecution. That's anarchy. That's anarchy. People are getting their stuff stolen all over the place in California because these spiritual wicked people in high places in California have made it okay to steal $900 worth of your goods. Lawlessness. And all of this abrasive speech, you're saying we can't say this, we can't say that. That's equality? Equality of speech? Well, you're shutting people off. It's heartless anarchy in California. It's considered social promises and progress. We're going to help you. We're going to help you. It's sheer insanity. We see this all around us in America today. Profanity, lewdness. Free people unable to control their ugly, filth-laden tongues. It bothers me. No decorum, no manners, screaming, shouting other people down, woeful public behavior, attack, slander, social breakdowns, chaotic public meetings of people making trouble, thugs interrupting, subversive agendas. You don't want a part of that. Look at the movies, sick Hollywood movies, obscene sex glorified. Let your bosses. Hey, they say it doesn't happen. If this lady isn't going to do it, this starlet, the next girl will. Just keep your mouth shut. Don't tell me that isn't still going on. It's the way men are. Men are vicious sexual animals. They're beasts. They want to scatter their seed everywhere. That's not righteous. That's not righteous. Let your bosses. It's called undue influence. If you want to keep your job, honey, if you want the role, honey, you're going to do this for me. Let your bosses. That's wrong. That's not righteous. Well, Judge Learned Hand, he said, when society allows no check on behavior, carnage results without limit. Carnage is awful. Without law, we become animals. Judge Learned Hand. Society becomes a madhouse. Freedom belonging only to the savage few, the ones that have the guns. Victory by thugs. Thugs that are in control, who exploit every freedom, attacking virtue. I wrote that number in this. I wrote this 638 copycat bomb and massacre threats after Valentine's Day in the year 2018. Copycat bomb threats, massacre threats, people going crazy. 17 classmates, little kids, young people butchered at Parkland, Florida. School murders exploding. What the hell is going on? None of that's righteous. Why are these monsters that do this not given adjudicated death penalties? I'm sick of it. Why are 330 million citizens blamed for the actions of a monstrous few? It's just a few people that are doing this. They're wacko. They're wacko. Look at me. Look at me. I killed all these people. They're devils. Those are devils. And of course, people say, oh, Satan isn't around. What do you think that is if that isn't satanic? There's even a church, a chapel of Satan here in Metro Phoenix. We can't be coddling criminals who break the law. Don't hurt their feelings. Oh, don't hurt their feelings. They enable people, these lenient people, these liberals, they enable rampant crime everywhere. The newspapers and the media, it's the worst. If it bleeds, it leads. Just tell everybody how terrible it is. Well, I'm telling you, you don't have to publish their names the way they do. They make heroes out of these monsters. Law-abiding citizens are boxed in every corner. Violence rules. We got to have chalk lines drawn around victims, mutilated bodies. We have to barricade our schools. Well, leniency bears wicked fruit. Little monsters, adult accomplices that enable people to do these terrible things. Lunacy reigns when citizens are silent. Complacency is paralyzing people. Angry Themis, she's the goddess that holds justice in her hands, and it's a scale, and she's weighing justice, right or wrong, and she's blindfolded. And I heard an attorney say she's blindfolded so she can't see all the terrible things that are going on. Themis, well, angry Themis, she's angry, but she's blind. Judge Learned Hand and Isocrates warned us. We have to, as citizens, rise up. Hey, I'm a radical Republican. The law is everything. The law is everything. We fought a civil war to free the slaves. The Republicans, hey, that's what we want. We want to make certain that the law is enforced. Remember Bass Reeves. I wish you people would look him up. This man is a giant. He arrested more than 3,000 felons. Nobody else I can even think of is that close to arrest records. I'm just saying, God bless Bass Reeves and his sonnet. Hey, the law is everything, and I'm asking you for your help, American Citizens United. God bless us, everyone. Thank you. Au revoir.